You are listening a video or you're watching someone speaking, just don't take it personally and take what resonates and leave the rest because it might be for somebody else. In this video, I am going to share with you with what I have been reflecting with my granny turns 88 years old yesterday. And to be able to witness my granny to stay in this kind of journey where now she's been taking care of my mom, my sister, my brothers, my sisters, and my aunties way back in Philippines, it had made me think that I'm going to create in this video because our bloodline, especially women, the lineage of my mom, is was lineage of women who had been physically abused, mentally manipulated, and also betrayals is very common in the relationship. So during the time I had heard, I haven't witnessed with my granddad, but I witnessed that on my dad and with my very own mom who suffered mentally, tortured, and physically being beaten up by my dad. And growing up as a woman, as a child at that time, I was the one who is always middling and trying to mediate the arguments, the fights of my mom and dad. And also with my granny and my granddad, how my granny has been loyal to these days. She never had then looked back or searched for another man after my granddad died 2 decades ago. To think about that had reflected on me that when I was going through on my own journey of awakening in my own relationship, I experienced the same thing. I witnessed my relationship falling apart. And although at that time, my ex husband doesn't drink that much as my dad, who is really abusing the alcohol. And but I was experiencing what is very familiar in my childhood. And when I was on the conversation with one of my friend who is elderly, she stunned me with one question. When I was sharing my struggles at that time with my relationship, she told me that if your girls, because I have two girls, is going through the same abuse or experiences like what you have now, what you're gonna do about it? Will you allow your daughters to go through the same situation as you? Will you accept the man that they are in? And are you gonna tell them to stick in the relationship? And it had completely blown my mind away. And I said, hell no. I would never allow my girls to go through same situation what I have go through now at that time. So she told me then why would you allow that for yourself? Because your experience right now, your girls are witnessing that what you are called normal for a relationship will also be called normal in their own evolution. When they grow up, they will tell you that, Mom, you have endured this before, I can do it again too. And I was like, wow, this is absolutely true. Because when we witnessed my siblings witness my mom going through hell with my dad, what we think my mom was normal because her mom, my granny, went through this stuff, then I thought it was normal too until I was being asked by that question. So I really realized that I was very fortunate to had met that wise woman and asked me that questions, because since then it transformed my mentality, my view of how I stay silent for days, for a week, when he gives me silent treatment where we are staying in the same roof. And from that went on, that led me to my own self discovery journey, my self development, and lead to the breakup of the marriage because I could never tolerate what was normal for my mom. And I said, this ends to me now. And if you are listening and if you are going through something like this situation as well, that the relationship of your mom is what do you call this? Lisa Blue called this as frame of reference, like what you are seeing, what your mom going through, and you think it's normal, even if it is an obvious abuse, mentally, physically, emotionally. You cannot tolerate that. If you going to ask, if you have a daughter or a son, if Your daughter, you cannot let them date this kind of man that you are in right now. Why would you date this, or why would you continue the relationship if you yourself would not allow your daughters to be in this kind of situation in the future? Because it's only going to pass down the values and what you tolerate. That's also what your daughter or family or son is going to tolerate in their future relationship. So ask yourself, and this is not about changing your relationship right now. If you are going through, there might be some factors that is affecting with that as well. And if you cannot change the person, which is basically you can't, you can only change your perspective to let them, and then let you. And this is what it comes to the let them truly. Let them and let you. And do not settle in the relationship where you are given the very bare minimum, and even respect is not on the table. Leave the table if respect, kind of relationship that I am spoken is happening to you. Then find yourself to get out there. I love you, and I will see you in the next video. And also, if you want it changing your identity, I have created a community which is called Millennials Timeline Mastery, and this is where we master our new identity and we're stepping into the new reality, a new version of ourselves. The link is in the bio.